Week 11. Dialectic level. The Italian peninsula was dotted with small independent states, each with its own ruler and many different forms of government. Venice had been a republic for centuries. Florence was a republic too, for a time, but then it was turned into a duchy when the Medici family took over. Rome was the capital of the Papal States and was ruled directly by the Pope. See if your child can name 4 major artists of the early Renaissance and explain what they contributed to the development of art. These might include Giotto, the Florentine painter who was the first to leave the still formal style of the Byzantines behind. They might choose Buoninsegna from the neighboring city of Siena, who added little human details to his pictures. Brunelleschi invented point perspective and built an impossibly high dome for the Cathedral of Florence. He lost a competition with another goldsmith, Ghiberti, to sculpt the doors of the baptistry in Florence, which Michelangelo called the Gates of Paradise. Donatello did for sculpture what Giotto did for painting. He brought naturalism, realism, and emotion to his sculptures. He also used the background of his reliefs to add depths to them through tricks of illusion and perspective. Masaccio was the first great Italian painter of the early Renaissance. He incorporated innovations of Giotto's naturalism, Donatello's emotion, and Brunelleschi's principles of perspective. These artists all developed their own styles, but they were heavily dependent on some patron to pay for it all. Back in year 1, students learned how Roman aristocrats sponsored clientes, who came for daily handouts of coins. This term eventually was expanded to men who supported senators or the Roman games, and then to the relationship between a lawyer and his legal client. By the time of the Renaissance, wealthy men who underwrote the expenses of a talented artist by commissioning specific works were called patrons of the arts. As the ones who paid, patrons also controlled the works to a surprising degree, at least surprising to most modern students. They could dictate subject matter, medium, the type and quality of materials used, and the length of time for the project to be finished, as well as details about the composition.